button.
Yeah.
And hopefully things will come through. Because the computer decided to start going off like a rocket the minute that we're here. Are we hearing the voices?
Yes.
You can hear voices?
Yes.
Not just the ones in your head?
No.
Oh. Alright. Well then I think I should say something along the lines of good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once again to the Weekly WAYPN. I'm Karl.
I'm Sarah.
AKA
Henry and Sangita.
Alright, so first up, we're starting up from content from other people. Oh, I thought I had it up. Was it closed?
Now this one is a link to Instagram.
Yeah, no, I had it up. I was sure I had it up.
But it goes to Instagram?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's...
Okay.
Yeah, so we just play it without the sound.
Yeah, so this is how they do it.
Yeah,
In
they
last week's review, we were
I think it just must be like quite resistant to the other paints. So like when you're building up those other shades, it's not going to overpower it.
Yeah, but you know, color pencils do very well on like matte surfaces. So when he applies it straight to the primer, it's just gonna stick well.
Yeah.
And there are different types of color pencils. You've got
I
wax
do think
color pencils.
I do think he uses just washes to actually do everything else.
Yes, that's right.
So yeah.
So you've got wax color pencils and I think pigment color pencils. I forget what they're called. Just wax color pencils, as you can tell.
Yeah, it just seems like they're just Faber-Castell ones. Hey, Roo.
Hey, yeah.
All right, well, I think we can move on now. We basically get the idea.
Explain the thing.
All right, fine. You explain the thing.
Yes, so with wax color pencils, they're very hard. You might find that it's difficult to get pigment out of them. These are like your cheapo color pencils that you might get from the newsagent. You can definitely
Faber-Castell is not cheap.
I'm not talking about Faber-Castell.
Okay.
And then there is color pencils that are a bit softer, more pigmented, and they're soft, and that is the ones that you want.
Yeah. All right. Now we can move on to
batch painter minis.
And what does he say? That's not a game. That was Ryan before.
Oh, right. Sorry. My progress in the Twitch stream was awesome to have RJ pop in for a bit. Oh, I see. Painting and talking hobby with others is such a motivational boost. Oh, that's really nice that RJ popped. But yeah, this guy, I have to say, the first shot definitely looks better because he looks crankier in the first one.
This one?
Yeah, look at that. Look how angry he looks.
Well, I do think, see, this is the reason why I think, doing a lot of that value stuff is really important. That's why I prefer to go over Zenithols, because, you can already start out with, a very sort of deepened area. Because I think, obviously, this is a work in progress, right? And, not all of everything is done, right? But I feel like he had some really good values down here, and he just could have gone lighter with that and then pushed into it, sort of thing.
Well, he said he didn't really like working.
I know what he says. It's just it's like meeting a concreter who says, "Yeah, well, look. Sure, the drum might help, but I just like hand mixing." And I'm just like, what? You know what I'm saying? It's just
yeah.
Why not mix it in the drum? That's my thing. You got a tool, it helps you. I think you should use it. Alright, and then next up,
we got Larry. Started adding some gold, debating whether the Terminator should have that Aquila gold like the Captain or as they are. Also, head or helmet. Edit, yes, I'm going to paint the red helmet's eyes lenses green.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yes.
There's nothing wrong with red lenses. Oh no, this half mask guy is a bit unfortunate.
Oof.
Quite unfortunate, in fact.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Well, I believe if you clean him up a bit more, Larry,
they're very clean at the moment. These are like sort of almost 90s paint job.
No, I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about the previous one.
I know, but I'm just saying the actual Marines themselves.
Very 90s. Look at the.
Yeah. But yeah, no. I think clean, good start. Things are going well, and this is, I think, the difference between like good updates and bad. See this where they've got all of those texts indented, right? Great, fantastic, makes life much easier, right? Whereas you look at some others where it's got the text above and that sort of thing. Like indented is always way better than, you know, pushed out, in my opinion, when it comes to these tiny little details. It just helps so much, but things like that I find are very helpful. But yeah, I guess it's six one way, half a dozen the other when it comes to half of these guys with the way that they build them. But let us move on, shall we?
Yeah.
Alright, so next up.
Hey, we've got more from Richard. Based and washed the body. Next comes details and highlights. Yeah.
It's looking good.
I do think it looks quite badass, you know, like with the little leathers and the duck.
I do find that the leather work is quite neutral though. Like I'd like it to be a bit warmer, like going into the yellows and such, right?
And it will contrast very nicely with the blues.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it's good. There's like nothing here where I look at it and I go, oh well, like that definitely needs to be, you know, 100% fixed. I think the leather can be good. I do think it'd be nice if he gave a contrast between the bag and this sort of leather right here. You know, like cracks and such and that sort of thing.
Just to differentiate.
Yeah, because like that seems there's different types of leather, but yeah, I think that's about it. As far as the feedback goes for me. Which music, Jack? Huh? Which music?
Probably
the intro music.
Country music. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Moving on.
Next up, we've got it's us.
We've got a mellow yellow.
Yeah, so yellow. It was exactly as expected. I think we'll probably get all of these done by the end of the year, and I think that'll probably be it for us.
For me, I think we can do it as a just a personal library thing, so that it's like anyone asks every time we see someone struggling with the colors, like go watch X video.
Yeah,
and it'll just be like our own little resource thing that we can chuck at people when necessary, you know.
All right. Well, next up we have Larry.
Rumble says, I'm looking at moving the belly leather more into a tan.
Yeah, that's okay. I just think if because like that, I know that type of leather that they use is sort of as a piece of protection has like an almost pleather look.
Oh yeah.
And like that's why I was saying a differentiation between the between that of the little handbag thing and his actual armor thing.
Apparently, Jack was listening to horrorcore. Anyhow, Trying masking for a camo pattern. Pattern is based on a real pattern used on the plane, but I'm not strictly trying to replicate it, mainly just practice for masking. I put the pictures in reverse order from done to putting on the tape because I grew up in the 70s when backmasking was popular. Right? And then you put the darks.
Mm.
And then got the green.
Yeah, like it seems to have come out well. Like I'm not sure what else we can really say about it. It seems to have come out well, yeah.
Okay. Plane noises.
What is there anything that you wanted to say about it?
No, I mean it's camo.
Yeah.
Very odd looking camo, but
yeah, but I mean we know about the historicals and like Penguin can talk to us about that day and night. So yeah. Alright, let us move on, shall we?
Oh, hello Penguin, it seems that you are here. Yes. And then we have more from Richard. Little bit more work on the Scottish Space Werewolf, brightening the colors back after the wash. Yeah, I think it's very nice cleanup. I do like the metals being a bit more on the brighter side. Just helps it pop.
Yep.
It looks good.
Yeah. I'd maybe try and brighten these trims quite a bit right here, where they've got that hard edge. You see where it's got that raised area?
Maybe some panel liner?
No. So I said brighten up. So like just like do maybe like a white along the edge of that sort of thing to sort of make it pop that much more. But yeah. Alright. There's not much to say. It's like it's an update. There's nothing where I'm like, alright, well like that definitely needs to be fixed up.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright.
Next we have more from RJ. Also got more work on this guy done.
Oh yeah, and what a level of work he put into this compared to where we saw it last time. Like, so much extra effort. But I think like you can really see the difference between like how he talked about yellow as a sort of as a highlight color, right? Like this doesn't even
shading,
this doesn't even look like he's actually used yellow. It all looks green, right?
Yes.
But like if you look, these are just hard yellow lines.
Yeah, for sure.
But
like it looks green.
Yeah,
it looks green. And like he's put in more detail into the non-metallic metals, as you can see. Really love when he does the sort of spherical highlighting.
True metallic metal.
Yeah, and I think the chainmail is coming. The chainmail is coming along quite well as well.
I also think that the contrast of like using the purples and the blues is just.
So he says he uses a teal here.
A teal.
Teals and mixing it in with the flesh tone to get that sort of blue light shade, which is quite. That is real late war pattern used by the Luftwaffe. I don't know. That sounds.
Waffen, I think, is how it's pronounced. Luftwaffen. But yeah. Yeah, I was just taking a look at the piece and just thinking about it, but I think there's nothing we can really say about it. You know, like he's moving in the right direction. I think it's looking really good.
I like with the cheek on the yellow green side, it almost looks like he's bruised.
I'm just wondering what he's going to do with the eyes, you know?
No, eyes, I think he's going to sort of keep it like that because the light's coming in from the, left? It's my left.
I follow what you're saying.
So the other side is in technical shadow, and that's why he hasn't done the highlights on that side of the eye.
Alright, well, let us move on.
Yeah.
Next up we have...
we have Lee G. Whip Monday? Wow, look at that blue.
It is a very nice blue.
It's so striking.
You know,
love it.
This if there was ever a call for like I can see like he's done a slight wash, right, and tried to bring it back up. But if there was ever a reason to use oil washes, it's this. Because like if you can just get the surface tension right, you just put it in
and
there.
And just go blah, 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 and follow the line in the instant outline.
Yeah, I know.
It'll be good.
These are a very fun model to paint. I really enjoyed these. I think they have like the right level of detail. Like they're not a model which you get absolutely lost in my opinion, of course. But
teal.
yeah. I wonder where he got the bases from, though. They look like nice bases because they look very sort of Zinchian. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe they are like from one of those I don't know.
Because they don't look printed.
Yes, but like GW does have some pre-sculpted bases in particular sets.
They do, but I don't know what it would be from.
Neither would I.
All right, let us move on.
Yeah. We have Ryan. Whip on the cursed and dazing cultists from Tales Keeper. Painted the rest of the base color with speed paints, then washed the skin with dystopian brown enamel wash, villainy ink, and the clothing with streaking grime. Cleaned up with a sponge, then a clean brush damp with mineral spirits. Once the enamels were dry, I then went back in with Carrion Crimson and Ichor of the Damned enamels, villainy ink. I also had a stab at doing some slobber and slime using Yoo-hoo glue. I've not really wanted to use Yoo-hoo before because when I have seen it used, I've been put off as people application tend to be too thick and look out of scale for me. I always thought it was due to the viscosity of the glue, but having used it myself now, it's just the amount other have slobbered on that was the issue. Carefully using a toothpick, I was able to add scale-appropriate slobber that didn't break scale for me. I then went back, I've the Yoo-hoo when necessary with the True Blood Effects paint from the Army Painter to add more gore. These are very close now. Just need to add an unholy glow to the eyes with some fluorescence and they are done.
I look at these and I think they're really well done. And yeah, I would have called them done, but yeah, I think you're right. Just add those fluorescents with the eyes and you'll have that super strong contrast that you're known for. I do feel that the basing is rather basic though, like you could add something to that. It feels sort of nondescript. I don't know where they are. I don't know what's happening, sort of thing,
yeah,
right?
It could be like a hellish place or ground.
Yeah, well, there's just not enough contextual clues, that sort of thing. It just feels like, is this an ashen waste? Is this like...
I think it's still fitting for the
It's not bad, right? But like, I'd still want something more for the basing. But you know, they are not finished, like you said.
Alright, next we have more from Ryan.
Oh, more from Ryan. Oh yeah, he did well in a local comp.
In other news, got a commendation at a local painting competition for one of my minis.
You know, ironically, I don't think this is one of his best minis. Like, I think that he has done other better minis, but I think it's just maybe the size of it is what made him choose it. But like, I'm always happy to see people doing well at their local competition because, like, obviously we want our people to do the best because they're our people.
Our people.
You know, and it's all about us versus them. You know, that's how it works.
Yeah, well, taking a look at it, I feel like if he put this in his black photo booth, it will look very different. And then looking at him on this plain wooden table with a cheap paper card underneath, sort of makes the feel of him diminished, right? But that cannot be helped. And I think that tends to unfortunately be the one downside of the grimdark style is that once you take it out of its environment, like if you made a diorama with all this grimdark mood lighting and all that,
well,
right?
just like do you remember he did his little photo booth for the thing? Like,
yeah, the little one that he painted up so that he could put the Marines
it's a little
in.
diorama sort of thing, yeah.
And once you sort of, it's very much as is. Like we always say with grimdark style, it's all about the feel. It's all about the mood, the vibe. It's not very much like other type of painting techniques where it's more technical.
Well, I actually think that it is quite technical, but I think like I'd say that it's probably one of the most technical painting styles, right? But it's one of the ones that relies the least on muscle memory and like fluid motion.
Yeah.
So I'd say like it requires a completely different set of skills.
Yeah.
And like I don't think that that's necessarily bad, right? But one of the things that I think is really important to remember, just like you said, like it relies a lot on feel.
Yeah.
More than on, technical production.
Yeah, because I guess what I'm trying to say is a very intuitive painting style as compared to like some of the other ones.
I wouldn't say that because like you remember what we did for like the Grimdark Scaventide. Like there was so many things that aren't intuitive when you do that sort of thing, right? Like As an example, right, like, you know how you put the texture on first, and like it's a paint style that relies a lot on removal more than addition.
Maybe it's just the look of it.
No, I'm just I am just saying it. Oh no. Alright, I think we should move on.
Yeah.
Alright, next up we have
Andy. Made a start on this Mr. Handy from the Fallout games, which I picked up at Salute. There are different variants, so trying to do this as an army one. Even tried some weathering and basic freehand. Need to figure out the base, but it's nice just to put pigment to resin at the moment.
Yeah, no, I think it looks really good. I think everything that you've done with it looks very good. I think these ones are called Mr. Army or something like that.
Mr. Handy.
Yeah, no. So Mr. Handy was sort of the model line. So there was a combat version of Mr. Handy which was sold to the army, which I do believe was called Mr. Army.
Right.
Alright, but yeah, no, it's looking really good. Mr. Gutsy. Right. Thank you. So, like, I think he's done really well with the rust. I think, like, that's the key feature that he's done very, very well. I think that's come through quite nicely.
I do think you can put a wash in the eye there where it's got the little shutters. Shutter, because I thought it was actually cracked glass at first. I read it's cracked glass. And I was like, oh, hey, that's pretty cool. And I was like, oh, take a closer look. It's actually shutters. So I think if you put some Null oil over that or like a panel liner, I think just to bring out the definition of that would really help him out.
Yeah. All right. Well, let us move on. And this has been one of the ones I have really enjoyed from Andy in a long time because like he's often working on dioramas. So to see him work on like a more basic model and it come out so well.
Yeah, he has.
Right.
Oh, look, okay. More whip on the cultists. Added a glow to the eyes, but not sure on the green at the moment. May redo them red.
No, green's great.
Yeah, I think it has a very nice contrast with the red that you already have. Added few boils, just need to give them a pin wash with some thin down True Blood Effects paint. And then add some pigment powder onto the base, and these will be done, I reckon.
Yeah, well, so I do think that the bases need something. Like, as it stands, the bases just don't feel like they're anywhere, right? Like, I want something to help tell me the story of where they are and what they're doing, sort of thing. Like, I think that you've got these really great models and these sort of bases. Like,
yeah, I guess I see. Yeah.
Like, because take a look at all of the detail in these models, right? So this is quite an over-the-top model, right? But where is he? He's just sort of like, sure, you want your focus to be on the model, but the base is about telling the story of where they are and why they're there.
They frame the model just as much as the model itself. So,
like, I think the green's great. I think that the boils stand out quite nicely at the moment,
and the eyes are good as well.
Yeah, I thought I said the eyes.
You said the boils.
Yeah, but I said the eyes first, right? I said.
I didn't hear.
Okay, all right. Yeah, but the eyes are quite good. I wouldn't change the green. The green looks good.
Yeah, keep it.
Yeah. All right, let us move on.
We have John Guess. Moving on to the next project. Penguins say face and bases make aces. That's right.
Yeah.
Moving on to the next project. First time tackling the Skaven, and I'm liking the way the skin is looking so far. Not sure if it should go dark grey or brown with the fur. It's going to be an interesting journey.
I think that the fur is looking good. I think that currently this photo is very overexposed.
Yeah.
So, like, it looks much more like a regular human skin tone, and I don't see that level of irritation that you really want with the sort of rat ogres, you know?
Yeah.
Like, they want, especially around the scars themselves. Yeah, that's my only thing, like, because he looks cartoon giant mutated. You know, like, oh no, I'm a mutant now. Rather than like, oh my what is that?
Hamsters.
Yeah.
That's what these guys are supposed to be.
Yes, meth hamsters.
Alright.
Let us move on to
Mr. Chris.
What's Chris got to say?
He's got just about the end of my army project. I have a few more Space Wolves proxies to do for a Chaos Kill team, but very low priority.
Wow, look at this. Look at all of that. That's just absolutely fantastic. The way that he's done
I would
the
love
chipping.
to see your process on this, Chris.
He is. Oh well, okay. He hasn't shown the process on that. Yes, okay.
It often goes from like airbrush to finished most of the time.
Well, no. So usually he stops at one part of the process, but I think like what happens is he airbrushes in, gets all these values in, and then like does all of the next little bit. I think he's done great.
Yeah. I just want I think this is really good sort of character level stuff. It'd be good to pick up a few tricks. I mean, look at that plasma.
Yeah, that's what I was taking a look at.
It looks like glass or ice or something, you know?
It does look quite good.
Very nice job.
Yeah, like I've just been taking
like he smashes this quality out every week, and I'm just like, how? That's how I want to see the process, man. Show it.
Yes, he should do the painting studio thing.
I bet
except
if you did like some YouTube tutorials here and there.
Well, he does it more for just his own personal enjoyment, and I honestly think that like that's the way to go, because I mean, like we have had a lot of the joy sucked out when we have done some of our projects for videos and such.
Yeah.
All right, next up we've got George.
Oh, okay. Some interesting developments here. More Moo Man. Try to increase contrast of the gold. Dark brown wash gold mid yellow orange highlight up into white with glazes in between. Struggling with highlight placement, made the belt red to give a more stark difference to maybe help the gold stand out. Arm
it does.
Added so another chance to practice metallics again with the barrel. Included grayscale pictures as discussed last week. It's getting somewhere, but has been a stretch. I hope practicing these on a big model like this will make doing this easier on small ones. Once this is done, yeah. So it's sometimes it's just a muscle memory, you know, like you do it the one time and then you do it again.
So here's like, I think you've done it really well in some areas and not as well in others. So on this, bull symbol here, I think you've done pretty much everything right. Like, even where it's not perfect, it's still good, right? Like, you don't have to do like those whites on the top of everything, right? Like, think about real metals, right? They usually have a sheen point, right, where it just bling, and like, so you can save yourself of doing all of that white highlighting. But I do really value the effort. So you see how you've got that little sheen line going along here, right? It might be due to some layer lines and you're trying to correct that sort of thing, but like, that's the kind of thing that we're talking about, right? I think that here it's good, right? It's not terrible or anything. I'm not going to tell you to redo it or anything, but like, there are areas where you've been more successful. Here is where I think you're most successful. On the shoulder is the second most. I'd say here is probably like, I'd say then here is like quite good, but I'd say like this is probably your least successful, or the face. Like, I don't mind this as much, right? Because it's big blocks of metal, right? And often, like, that's not going to have the same level of contrast as something like your bull symbol, your curved items and so on. But I'm glad that tip helped, because it seems like
there's so much definition, like just so much more definition now already. You can see very clearly that the face and the barrel are the ones that look the flattest right now, that's sort of blending in. But the shoulder pad has come through, the symbol on the belt has come through, the chainmail has come through, everywhere that you shaded has come through. So I think if you just continue down this lane and finish off the mask and the gun, and you'll be good to go.
Yeah, well, like, even with the gun, like, I'm a lot more forgiving with big, flat surfaces, and most people are, because generally what it is like dark, super bright, and it's hard to get it to look nice to the equivalent amount of effort that you put in.
Yeah. Alright. Next we have Ryan. Short but sweet terrain project. I picked up a second-hand thermal plasma regulator at the weekend to paint up and use in photo setups. Primed it Hyrox brown before stippling with old rust and fresh rust effects paints. Army painter. I then dry brushed with gunmetal, then rough iron both from the Army painter. The platform stippled with pure red before being dry brush edge highlighted with gunmetal. I then used cheap orange oil paint and mineral spirits to add a rust. Redid a light dry brush with gunmetal to give an edge highlight. The plasma coil was a combo of matte white, then green and yellow fluorescent paint and inks, followed by a dry brush of goblin green on the edge of the coils to knock the fluoro back to give the impression of cooler parts of coils. Yeah, man, that green is really attracting me.
It's got such great contrast.
It's got the zing.
Yeah, it does have the zing.
Oh, look at this.
Yeah, even the symbols come up quite nicely.
Oh, yeah. See, it even goes into the yellows, like the chartreuse.
Yes.
That's what you want with the green fluorescence.
I think, yeah, like, absolutely top-notch job, mate. Like, there's no notes.
Yeah.
I guess my only note would be to have a little less rust around the control area. No. So, look, like, the thing is, it's all about feel and aesthetic with the grimdark thing.
Sure, but like at that point, it's so tiny.
I know. I'm just saying, like, you could dry brush this area with like steels, right? So like, I'd probably mask off this area so that it's not as textured as the other ones, right? Or something equivalent to that, because like, there's a lot of texture, a lot of micro texture with this sort of stuff along here, right? Because the idea is that it's been worn smooth, sort of thing, like. Because there's always people working on it, right? And their greasy paws and all of that sort of thing's going to keep the rust away.
Fair enough, I guess.
Yeah, like that's because you do want to go for the feel and that sort of thing. I think it's really good. Like there's certainly nothing wrong with it, right? Like I'd be very happy to have a piece of terrain looking like that. But I'm just saying, if you want to go for that sort of grimdark feel. All right. So next up we have Liam.
Last paint session before I move. Hopefully I'll have a paint area set up in time to paint around my usual time of the week. Started on the pants, gonna need another layer or two of yellow I think before I add some black stripes to replicate the Oni motif I'm going for. I also put a light layer of flesh shade on the flesh pending another one.
Well, like I guess for me, like I need to see more to know where it's going with what you're doing. But I want to wish you luck on your move, because moving can be very, very stressful. And I do hope that you get a nice painting area set up, because having that area, even if you don't do as much painting, it gives you that sort of mental security and that sort of mental thing where you're like, all right, I can go for gold now. I can do it. I can.
Yeah, like nobody wants to like start on a project when they're like all gung ho and like, oh yeah, I'm in the mood, and you go there, and then you're just like, I gotta pull this out, I gotta do this, gotta do all the setup, and then by the time you finish cleaning and doing everything, you're just like tired now.
Yeah, exactly. Like we've faced that many times.
Yeah.
All right, let us move on to our next one.
We got Joseph. New pictures of Guinevere as requested. The line on her belly looks big here, but given her stomach is 1/3 the size of a pea, it's a lot more subtle and natural in person. I used a black background last time, as I assumed off-white hair and off-white clothes would get lost on a white. It was once. It's not like these things are machine washable background. Instead, the black drove my camera crazy, causing it to make all the pictures look washed out. Yeah, it'll increase the contrast.
Yeah.
I won't be doing that again. I've also included pictures of Domino, who is almost done. It's a 3-day weekend in the UK, so I hope to have the 3 models on my tray done and something else started before I return to work. Edit my painting is far from perfect, but my camera always makes it look so much worse. Maybe it's just because of the zoom effect. Ah! Why didn't you say you were using the zoom? Joseph.
So you have advice for Joseph?
Do not use zoom. Right. The zoom always make it the worst, okay? Like when I'm taking videos, and the closer the zoom, the more noise is added to the miniature. It's ideal to just leave it at X1 on your phone, especially phone. This is not a DSLR, okay? A DSLR, you can do that, but not with your phone. It's best to keep it at X1 zoom, maximum X2, but nothing more than that. And when you keep it at X1, it's probably better to just move closer to the model if you want to capture it closer rather than zooming in. Okay, zoom doesn't work for us. Just don't do the zooms.
So here's a question I have. Like, this isn't just for Joseph, right? This is for the group as a general thing. How much of this is a part of your life? Painting,
yeah.
Right? So let's say that you spend 10 hours a day. Sorry, not 10 hours a day. 10 hours a week painting, right?
Yeah.
All right. Like that's
a significant amount.
That would be a significant amount, right? So imagine you met somebody and they've got an absolute trash mattress, right? Like just something where it's like a piece of foam sort of thing, right? You'd be like, dude, treat yourself a little bit.
Why don't you just get a real bed?
Yeah, right. And think about sort of the equivalents in other things, right? Like for example, even though it's a hand-me-down, we have a decent sized TV, right? Which I game on. It's not as good as my actual TV, which died to was it the blackout or the storm?
Who knows? Something killed it, that's for sure.
Yeah. But anyway, like, and I think like that costs like a paycheck's worth of money, right? And the thing is, that's because I really enjoy watching movies, gaming, that sort of thing, right? Think about it in those terms, right? Though you might not spend a lot of time photographing, how much time do you spend painting, right? And look at it as an investment at showing how well you can paint, right? So, like, there's the other part to it, right? Because this is part of people's enjoyment, right? Like, it's totally okay to get enjoyment from other people's adulation. People,
incentives.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, right, like, it's not shallow or anything to want to be congratulated on your work. There's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. And the thing is with that, like, I think a lot of people get sort of self-conscious about it and that sort of thing, right? But think about it in any other context. Like, if you were a big book lover, right? You wouldn't want a stiff wooden chair to read in, right? You'd like a nice, comfy, chair. That sort of thing. I just wanted to say I think this one's come off really well. It's got the eyes once again, but I think everything else is looking great. But I just wanted to say that before I continue. My point is, right, let's say you spend $200 on your photography setup, right? Or like you upgrade your phone so that it has a good camera. There's nothing wrong with that because, like, I don't want to be like, you're worth it, girlfriend, or that sort of thing. I'm just saying, spend money according to like what you do.
Your high traffic items and your high traffic activities.
Yeah.
Like if you're going to be doing X significant amount of time,
yeah.
No reason why you shouldn't invest into it.
Yeah, exactly. And like the thing is with a lot of that, some people might be like, like when you do this sort of thing, you have to treat yourself right. I think this is pretty much a man thing, right? Like women, like Sunny's like, yeah, high traffic items. Yeah. So, yeah, I know, but I mean, like, a lot of guys are like, well, I've been using this toaster since 1967, right? Like,
it still works.
Yeah, it still works.
Does she short out my entire house every time I use her?
It does. Does my toaster always come out black? Like,
it's what it is. Okay, it's my 1996 toaster.
But the point is, there's nothing wrong with doing that sort of little upgrade for yourself.
Yes.
And like I'm here on Joseph's post, but it's not exclusively a Joseph thing or anything, right?
Yeah, for sure.
It's just something that I want you guys to know that it's okay.
Yeah,
but
I don't know why
guys are just like that.
Guys, it just boggles me because like you guys are all about the logic and about efficiency and blah blah blah, and then we're like, hey, what if we do things that does just that? Chooses retardation every single time. And then I'm like, this is why people don't listen to you.
All right, let us move on. But I do really like this one.
That one turned out real nice.
Yeah.
But especially because you've got the very nice sort of analogous shading with the hair, the warms, and then you contrast it nicely with the teals.
Well, I just really like the stockings.
The stocking,
like the
nice.
coloration.
And you can see that little sheen.
Yeah, exactly, the little sheen line. Yeah.
All right, so I'm just gonna read out what people have said here.
Yeah.
It's like going to a painting competition to mingle, network, and enjoy the art, and not caring about winning. Because why do you go to the competition in the first place? Is because you hope to win.
Yeah, but see, like the thing is, all of those things are extras. Like, okay, here's a better way of putting it this way, guys. Right? Not getting that camera right is turning up to that event without deodorant or perfume and being unwashed, right? Like, because the thing is, right, remember this is a social activity, right? Like, we're commenting on these posts.
Yeah, people are seeing it.
Yeah, people are seeing it, right?
Yeah.
Think about it. If it helps you buy these items, think about it as good hygiene, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because we can see the miniatures better, right?
Yeah.
Because he says, they always look better in real life, right? And, like, I think that's true with everything. Like, when we have our models, like, all we see is our own mistakes, right? And here, we're about critique. We're not about, like... Because the thing is, when we came to this one, right, we're like, we like this, we like that. Like, this is off, right? We're not just like, this is off, that is off, blah, blah, blah. It's... Anyway, I think...
We've made a point. Anyway, I'll continue reading what else, but okay. Liam say, I know what you mean about the chair. The one I use for painting is that special kind of folding chair that after an hour of painting will look better knocked over a few feet beneath you. Batch painters say about pictures. Literally a piece of black cardstock. I diffused $10 lamp from IKEA and proper phone settings. Yep. Batch painter loved the blue-green dress on that model.
Yeah.
Ew!
I assume that's in response to
the hygiene. Sorry, I came in at the wrong part of the conversation. Nothing wrong with not caring about winning.
Yeah. Okay. So like what we're talking about is just about like, I think because especially if you're going to show it off to people like us, right? Because like if we're going to have to judge it, and if every time you sort of come in and you're just like, I feel like they're better in person, so like why not make that investment?
Yeah.
All right, so next up we have
Drake. Some spirit shamans for the game War Machine. I just finished painting up. I tried to push myself with both the non-metallic metal and OSL on them. There is room for improvement, but for now I'm calling them. I actually thought this was by Iskandar when I first looked at it, because it's such a Iskandar style color scheme.
They don't seem like War Machine models at all. And that's a good thing. Like, I really think that these look great. What do you think?
I really love the non-metallic metal. Like, I think also the color contrast is just so eye-catching.
Yeah.
You know, you've got the lovely yellows from the gold, and that striking blue, and then...
It's more a teal, I'd call it.
Nah, it's a blue.
Yeah, it's a teal.
Blue.
It's a teal.
Blue.
It's a teal.
Blue, honey.
It's a teal.
But
yes, continue your ranting.
I don't know how to express this. I just think it really is a piece that works the contrast well, both in the color and the values. And I think that's just the best medium when it comes to minis, when you're working with something so small. Like, you really can't go wrong with high contrast
High
work.
contrast is definitely the way to go all the time. So on this, right, when I take a look at it, I think that you did very well using the techniques that you have for the models that you have, right? Like Sunny was saying, that strong contrast, but also it's a particular style of painting, right? It's closer to heavier metal than a lot of other things, right? But very bold highlight choices, like you see, like here, like I think that you've done well to match the style to the things. The only thing that I would say is the bases do not match the level of input that the models themselves have.
I agree. I do think the bases feel a little bit on the sloppy side, and the green that you used looks like the Soilworks moss that Larry used for his Man-Thing diorama.
Yeah.
I don't think it works for this particular...
So, I do think that this is very, very easy to save, though, right? Like, I think put a bit more work into the logs, right? Or alternatively, just hide them with effects, right? So, like, you can get great moss effects, that sort of thing. Like, I just think that you want these bases to match the level of effort that you have here.
Maybe
so, like,
flocking?
Flocking.
Yeah.
Like, I'd probably use my classic jungle base on a lot of these sort of things, right?
Yeah.
Just to have that little bit extra, because it feels as if the bases and the models are painted by two different people at this point.
Yeah, I would agree. That's what it looks like.
Yeah. All right, let us move on to... Hey, it's some more by Andy.
Yay! Did the base on Mr. Handy, basic but functional. Tried to do a bottle of Nuka-Cola Quantum with a little bit of OSL. Also started the skin on a Rascal Town Goblin Knight. Is Rascal Town by Rogue Hobbies?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it looks very good.
I think that basing really comes through. Like, it really...
do want to clean up that rim, though.
Oh, yeah.
A lot.
It has that sort of dirtied, once shiny, pristine, retro futurism.
Yeah. I think it all looks very good. I think that you've done very well with this model. I am interested to see where the Goblin Mischief Maker goes. But I really like this piece. It's a very nice piece. Only issue is you really, really want to clean up the edge of that base, because it bleeds into that, and that makes it look not as neat, and that affects the whole paint job.
Yeah.
Which is a shame, because it is a very, very nice paint job. It's one of the ones that I've liked the most of yours recently. I guess because it's just a sort of more regular miniature. Yeah.
Now we have more from Ryan. Final photos of the finished custom dazing. I keep wanting to read it as dazzling. But it's not. It's dazing. Horrors or cultists. Final touches done, and the rims painted on these. Lots of fun painting these wonderful sculpts by Tails Keeper. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's really good. I actually don't mind this rotation lot where, like, he shows, like, quite a few pictures by rotation, because, like, it allows you to take closer looks at the areas that you like.
But look at that eye. It's really such a crispy eye. Very nice, clean. That's like,
but I still feel the exact same about the base. Like, I look at the base and I'm just sort of like,
I feel like
What the dog do? You know, like it's
yeah.
What do you want?
Like sharp shards of rocks coming out would be cool, I think.
Well, yeah, like there's lots of things that you could do with it, right? But as it stands, it's just like
here's some dirt.
Yeah, put some dirt in your eye.
The dirt man will come after.
Yeah. But like that's the thing. Like where are we? Are we in Montana? Are we in a urban ruin? Are we, in Eastern Europe? We can.
The mountain lions are coming.
It doesn't have enough context, and it doesn't contrast enough with the miniature, right?
Yeah.
And that's the key part, right? Like I think it's one of the things that you could work on, because like it feels like basing is one of your weaker points when it comes to a lot of this. All right, let us move on.
Let's sing in tomatoes. Aye, John. Made some big decisions on the Skaven. I want to go with a super saturated scheme, and I'm a sucker for greens. Not sure if it should go with the cloth or the armor as the green. I've only pushed the saturation on the shoulder piece so far. I think doing both would be too much. What do y'all think? Agree. I really do
both
think
is too much.
Because he looks like a lettuce cabbage patch.
I really like the armor here. I think that looks good. What do you think of the armor?
I do like. I personally like the tabard being green more, because this green feels like cheap plastic green on the armor. I feel. Like on the skirt, it feels nice.
Not quite sure.
Well, I suppose it's time for you, the audience, to vote.
Yeah, so
Sonny and Cal cannot decide. All up to you now, WAYPN. Help John save his cabbage rat.
You stop. I do really like the armor. I'm not as keen on the cloth, but well, obviously Sonny's a fan of it, and like I guess that's the big thing. You've got to make the decision there, unfortunately, because like yeah, no, that's about it. I think this looks very nice. I'm not as much a fan of the cloth.
I think it looks nice on the shoulder, but it does give that sort of cheap plastic vibe. Because like
I don't know. I don't think it does as much, but like all right.
Well, Batch Paint to say I don't mind it. It feels very Clan Pestilence.
Yeah. All right, let us move on to some Larry Eldritch Horror,
look.
which just look like sad golems.
It is his tree children. Finally, a chance to paint for a few minutes anyway. Started by painting the wood antlers with the instant color brown. Looks nice, but took too long to cover well, so I just airbrushed a raw umber on the rest of them, and I can do highlights later. Lots easier than trying to get a brush into those brambles. The one I used the instant brown on, I also used the instant green on the back end vines. I kinda like the unhealthy, unworldly green it comes across as, but the orc flesh on the other one is pretty vibrant. Covers more easily, and touch-ups will be easier to color match for me anyway. So unless there's a good reason, I'm thinking I'll use orc flesh on the others.
This is the one that I like the most. Which is the one that you like the most?
Are you saying the center boy?
No, this one. This one on the right.
Really?
Which is the one that you like the most?
I really like the orc flesh just because like the green really pops.
This feels most like an actual natural thing.
Yeah.
Right? I think the hooves, with the exception of the leftmost, need some real level of differentiation. They feel a bit too samey. that's why I think I like this one the most. Like the level of differentiation is quite pronounced.
I don't know, I feel like the contrast between the orc flesh green and the body and then the brambles on top is like very like 3 different parts.
No, like their values are very similar, see? Like the values on this one are much different.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
That green practically blends into the brown.
Look at this popping out of that flesh color and over here.
No, I'm talking about the green with the body.
Yeah,
it's very
It's
close.
meant to mix with the body because it's like part of that thing.
I think this one's...
Well, you've been wrong twice in a row.
That's
so
your opinion.
pointing's rude. Very rude. Shouldn't poke people.
Honey!
Alright, moving on.
Hey.
Next up, we've got batch painting.
Yes. Hashtag sad bacon.
Alright.
Prepare yourself incoming. Okay. What is this about? What is this about? Tell us.
I predict crying children.
I better not be crying.
Yes.
Better
Alright.
not be crying.
Alright, so it's the start of a project. Let us move on. Is that more Larry? No, we've got the Larry. We've got this one. So is this our last one?
Seems to be last one from Batch Painter.
Alright.
Whilst I still have prep work on my other models before I can continue on with my competition pieces, I still want to paint. So tonight and tomorrow I will be painting this guy on stream for the Discord monthly paint along. This month's theme was grim dark, so expect to see dark tones, grime and rust. Oh, and blood, lots of blood.
Well, you know, there's this guy. His name's Ryan. He likes grimdark.
He does.
He's pretty decent with it.
He likes to grim and dark both at the same time.
They could call him Mr. Dark Grim.
But grim dark was much nicer, and so we took.
Who took that?
Ryan.
I don't think so. Yeah. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for joining us. I hope that you have enjoyed spending your time with us. And as always, keep those brushes wet. Bye-bye. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.